Okay, welcome back to another adventure of Leena. Let's go through Palace of Twilight. And even though it doesn't have anything on it, let's use the rank 2 version. Because it is ultimately stronger. Oh crap.
Now that Link had acquired the Master Sword, he and his companions began readying themselves for the coming war with Sia. It was during this time that Princess Zelda sensed an ominous presence. A dark magic, its source unknown, began to flow across the land and devour everything it touched. If the flow of magic was not quickly stemmed, all light would soon be gone from the world. Believing the Palace of Twilight to be the source of this devastation, Zelda set out on her own to stop it. Midna soon noticed that the princess was gone. She rushed after Zelda toward the palace. Along the way, Midna came upon Linkle, who seemed to be utterly transfixed by an object she had found. It was a black crystal, and Midna was mesmerized by it as well. She touched the crystal. In the blink of an eye, Midna transformed from a tiny creature into a beautiful woman. The powerful magic inside the crystal had returned Midna to her true form. Linkle was left speechless, which was just as well. There was no time to talk about Midna's amazing transformation. Midna had only one thing on her mind: to rescue Zelda. She recruited Linkle to join her mission. Together, they would enter the Palace of Twilight.
I'm pretty sure that Midna was still in her imp form at the end of the main story, so this is bullshit. Yeah, they're just making stuff up at this point. Continuity. I mean, it's kind of great to see normal Midna's look, but at the same time, it just doesn't make sense if you've already gone through the main story. Which you probably have, let's be honest. I mean, I guess it's possible you could have done Leena's stuff first before getting to that point. Although then you would have just been confused by the time we got to the end and noticed that she wasn't in her true form anymore. You know, it's just one of those weird continuity flaws that tends to come around when you have multiple character perspectives. Wait, what? Okay. Where am I at on the map? Okay, I'm right here. So... Oops, wrong thing. Defeat Dark Twilight Midna, huh? Well, this is certainly an interesting premise. We have a dark version of an already dark character. Alright, why not? Everyone's gonna have a dark version. Defeat the rally captain, huh? I'm just gonna quickly find where he's at. Dark Zant? Alright, sure. Hey, what's your mouth? I don't think the Shadow version is acting any different than the Royal version, though. Which kind of makes it, kind of odd for there to even be a dark version. Honestly, if anything, you'd think the dark version of Xanth would actually be a good guy, but that's not the way that works, though. Okay, where is the owl statue? There it is. Oh, also I should explain that. The owl statues were introduced early on in the storyline, and basically you get a new tool called the Ocarina, which allows you to warp from owl statue to owl statue that you activate. Definitely nice, although this isn't used much in the adventure mode, so that's very disappointing. I also need to learn how to guard cancel a lot better. Because if you guard in the middle of a combo, you can cancel out immediately, and then start the combo over again immediately. I'm better at that with Link, honestly. Not so much with other characters. It is the most effective way to defeat large groups, though, definitely. Oh, I found Dark Xanth, so I may as well take him out real quick. Or at least that's the plan, but he's gonna be random as usual. Which means, just for him, I think special gauges are the way to go. Since you can't hit him very often when he's doing his moves. Got him more than halfway. Oh, wow. Yeah, he hits a lot, man. Okay. Definitely need to heal up. Although I need to get to where the enemies don't bother me for a second. Damn it! Enemies, leave me alone for a second. I need to heal up with my fairy. Do you mind? Okay. Or I could just use a bottle. That works too. I forgot I have those. Okay, so... I can't get to Dark Twilight Midnight yet. Of course I can't. Yeah, I'll just have to go for the other enemies first. At least this map's more straightforward than it is the first time you come here. I'll give it that. Yeah, doing this in the story was awful. I hated it. Because the game didn't tell me that Midna was necessary to unlock part of the map. So I spent the entire hour trying to figure out why I couldn't progress. I was like, why? What am I doing wrong here? And it was because Midna was blocked off because of enemy spam. And so she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And I wasn't aware of that. I mean, she never died or anything, but she kept fighting enemies and wasn't getting to her destination. And I was like, are you serious? Don't care. I hate it when it makes that sound effect, though, because it makes it sound like I messed up the mission. Okay, so now what? We get to the princess by beating up dudes, just like we usually do. I don't see the problem here. Especially with these things. They are so predictable. Alright. Now what? I did. Oh yeah, I also need to unlock the owl statue. Whoops. Unlock it, please. Thank you. I don't see anything else to do. I mean, I guess I could take a base or two while I'm waiting, but... Okay, so after 3 strikes with the bow, I need to cancel. Got it. Doesn't really feel like it's helping all that much, though, with her. Okay, but what do I do now? Oh, come on. Well, I'm gonna have to stop the recording for now, because my grandma needs me for something, so I'll continue this in a moment. Okay, let's continue. Trying to figure out what my goal is here. Okay, so the last thing they told me is to take the key, but... So it's what Square opened. Oh, come on, are they really gonna do this? They're gonna make me take every single keep, one right after another, before that enemy base opens up. Yeah, I think it's better for her just to use... You're not who I want. You're who I want. Yeah, the auto-targeting can certainly be a problem sometimes. Especially when I want to target a keeper and they won't let me. Oh, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. The only downside with the Dark Knights is you're always playing a waiting game with them. Unless you can kill them in a few shots. Come on, camera angle. Well, then must reach the enemy base. Okay, good. At least we're going for the base now. I love how her final hit and her normal combo is basically a multi-hit damage attack. Pretty amazing. Okay, where is Twilight Midna, though? I can't see her. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna look on the maps for it. Okay. So I'm way off, alright. But I can warp. I love being able to do that now. At least in the story mode. You don't get that in adventure mode. Mostly for the sake of the time trial aspect, which would be downright pointless if they let you warp. Not that time trials are hard anyway, but at least you have to be somewhat cautious. There we go, okay. I've also got to be a lot better at using rapid fire. Very nice. Yeesh. Oh yeah, I have my magic gauge. Oh, you can't use a fairy while you're doing this. Bugger. Oh well. Well, okay then. Okay, done. Okay, well, this map was a slight annoyance for me. Mostly because Grandma caught in the middle of it, but also I hate being told I can't fight a certain boss because of really trivial things. Yeah, run right into that wall.
Midna and Linko made it to the Palace of Twilight to rescue Zelda and stop the evil magic. Yet though the battle was won, the Twilight magic continued devouring everything around it. It was then that Midna made a bold decision. She would smash the crystal they had found in the palace. In doing so, perhaps she could release enough energy to contain the dark magic. This plan was not without its consequences, as Midna would return to her cursed self. Despite the cost, Midna decided without hesitation, knowing that she must save Zelda. Midna's resolve deeply inspired Linko. With renewed fire, Linko hurried to Hyrule Castle.
Okay, I take it back. They were thinking about the continuity error there. Although, you can't blame me for thinking that at the time. This isn't exactly something that, honestly, I would have expected that they would think about, considering the continuity flaws in the already existing timeline. Especially with the Breath of the Wild stuff, like, the continuity with that is all over the place, as people have pointed out. And we're at the final map. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up tonight. And we've already gone into the second video 8 minutes or so, so I'm probably just gonna make a new video for this one. I mean, may as well, right?